SpaceX is preparing for what could become the largest IPO in human history, a company aiming for valuation in the multi-trillion-dollar range. But here's the part that truly stands out. Elon Musk has used a relatively small amount of his own capital to secure control over the entire enterprise, including the vast majority of all voting power. Yes, you heard that correctly. Even after adjusting for the time value of money, Musk's personal investment represents only a tiny fraction of the company's value. He seeded SpaceX with his own money in the early 2000s, added more in recent years, and together, those contributions amount to what is still a rounding error compared to the company's current scale. Yet that modest investment now gives him control over a company valued in trillions, along with more than 4/5 of all voting power. In other words, his personal financial contribution is tiny, roughly a fraction of a percent of the company's expected IPO valuation. The rest of his control, nearly all of it, comes from his vision, structure, and long-term plan he put in place from the very beginning. The most noteworthy part of this IPO isn't the mission. It's the architecture of power. In a typical public company, shareholders vote, boards provide oversight, and leadership can be changed if necessary. SpaceX is different. Its S-1 filing confirms a dual-class share system. Public shares carry 1 vote each. Musk's shares carry 10 votes each. He holds almost all of the high vote shares, giving him overwhelming control after the IPO. He will also serve as the CEO, CTO, and the chairman of the board. When one individual holds all 3 roles and nearly all the voting power, public shareholders have very limited influence over leadership or strategy. You're not buying the governments, you're buying the front row seat. Why does this matter? Because SpaceX isn't presenting a simple business model. Its ambitions include point-to-point rocket travel, space tourism, orbital data centers, manufacturing on the Moon and Mars, a satellite network of unprecedented scale, even potential asteroid mining. These are bold, high-risk, high-capital ventures. And for retail investors, it's important to understand that the government structure means the public helps fund a mission without having meaningful influence over how that mission evolves. You're participating in a company where one individual can pivot, accelerate, or redirect strategy, and the structure is intentionally designed that way. Yes, there have been founder-controlled IPOs before, Meta, Google, Snap, but none at this scale, where a single founder retains near total voting power over a company valued in the trillions. This is founder control on a level that public markets have never seen. Is this desirable? That depends on your tolerance for risk and your comfort with a governance model where one individual holds nearly all the power. SpaceX IPO isn't just a financial event, it's a governance experiment at unprecedented scale. Are you willing to give up shareholder influence for a chance to invest in the future of space? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into the stories behind the numbers. This content is for educational purposes only and does not constitute financial advice. Always perform your own due diligence before making investment decisions.